Hey guys, in today's video I picked up this Honda 20 horsepower 4-stroke outboard. I got this thing for a steal. I actually got it for 300 bucks. It does have some issues that we're going to dig into, but the motor does run. It also has power tilt, which is a pretty nice feature, and it does work, which is a good plus. But like I said, it does have a lot of issues, and we're going to dig into that. Just some things right here, like the temp sensor, completely rotted out. This motor definitely overheated um, to an extent. Because out here we also have an oil leak right here on this gasket. Now this cover is just plastic, so it is very easy to overheat. You can see here on the bolts, I don't know if you guys can see this, but on the bolts here, they're pretty, you can see it got melted, got hot. So we're replacing this whole assembly here, putting a new one on. We're also be doing like a water pump thermostat and just going over it and servicing it. Also, I pulled off all the side countings already, and he actually had 99 stickers on it, but it's actually a 20 horse, because he was on a horsepower restrictor lake, the guy I bought it from. But the cowlings are also really nice, so for 300 bucks, I think we got a pretty good buy on this. And also, here's the serial number. If anybody wants to, you know, compare or confirm, but it is a 20 horsepower 4-stroke. But without that being said, we're going to jump right into this video and see if we get this thing running. So we're just going to jump right into replacing this valve cover. Basically, you have to remove all these bolts located here, pop off, this linkage, and pop off these hoses. It's going to come right off. So we're going to pop this off and replace it with a new one. Okay, so we just got the valve cover off. I don't see any crazy damage on the valves, but right here, obviously, it's completely burnt. So this motor definitely overheated. That's why we're getting an oil leak out of the bottom of the seal here. It's because it can't seal off because it's so burnt. So we're going to have to try to figure that out. But looking here at the valves, I don't see any damage. And this motor did have good compression. I didn't show compression, but this motor had 120 compression on each cylinder. So we're going to put the new cover on and just kind of see what happens and hope for the best. Okay, so we got our new cover here. So it'll be brand new. And here's the part number. I also have everything down in the description, as usual, of all the parts I used. And then here's the gasket for the cover as well. So we're going to get this installed and see if we can get this leak to stop. Okay, so we just got the cover installed. So basically what we do next is just change out this oil filter located over here. So I already drained the oil on this motor because of the leak. So we just pop this filter off and put a new one on. So let's get this off. Most four-strokes will tell you what kind of oil and how much on top of the engines or somewhere on the engine. This motor takes 10W30. It's going to be a shy over a quart. Next thing we're going to do is put on a new water temp sensor because this will run it out fast. And then here's the part number 4. I also have everything in the description for you guys down below of all the parts I used on this motor. So you can spin this sensor out and throw the new one in. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do now is drop the loader unit and do the water pump change. I'll show you guys, this motor's a little different. So normally you shift these motors into forward. I'm going to show you down here. So normally you would shift this into forward and drop the loader unit. But on this motor, if you watch, when I shift it into forward, you can't see the nuts drop the linkages. You can also probably do this into reverse, but I'm just going to do it in neutral just because it's easy. But so you just want to basically hold the coupler nut and then spin the jam nut, or hold the jam nut and then spin the coupler nut out. So you're going to be spinning out that big nut on the top. Okay, all we got to do now is take out these 2 bolts on each side, so 4 in total, and then there's 1 bolt back here to get taken out.
I'm a fill-in driver, so it's not.
Okay, so we got the lower unit off. We're just going to pop off these 4 bolts on the water pump housing and do the water pump change on it.
Starting.
So I'm not seeing anything crazy with this impeller at the moment. Usually I was kind of expecting to see some broken fins, but you can see these fins just have a little bit of a setting going on. This housing's a little, this ring right here, I can get my nail in there. So this housing is about to get replaced. That sucks in air when the water pump's going. It causes overheating to happen. So pull our wood drift key off. And then same thing kind of with our faceplate here. If you can get your nail between there, you're going to replace it. It's just a spot for air to go in and cause overheating in the water pump. So I got the whole kit right here. Here's the part number. So if you guys want to get the same kit, but this kit comes with a bunch of stuff. So it comes with new impeller right here. Here's the part number just for the impeller. You want to just do just the water pump. Here we got a new housing. That's a part number for just the housing. If you guys want just the housing. Again, I'll have everything down in the description for everything. With part numbers and what they were for. But this kit comes with pretty much everything. With new wood drift key, faceplate, new base gaskets. And then, of course, like I said, a new faceplate. Okay, so basically, we're just gonna rebuild this lower unit and put a new water pump kit in and get this all reinstalled. When you go to install the new impeller, you're going to put it on one way. You can see this way you can't put it on, but this way has a notch on the key for the wood drift key to lock in on the impeller for the drive shaft. You can put a very, very light amount of 2,4-C grease in here, just to help the impeller slide on a little bit easier. If you get this same kit, Honda already puts their own sealant and stuff on the threads of these screws for you. Just before we put the lower unit back in, we're just going to put a little bit of the grease onto the threads of the shift shaft and also onto the drive shaft splines, just to help the lower unit slide in. I'm going to change out the thermostat before I put the lower unit back in, so we just got to take out this bolt located right here, and then back here there's another bolt. Let me take out this hose then. This is just so you have a freshwater hookup, but this is a stupid setup. Just cut that right off. Well, I think we found our issue of why this motor was overheating. You see this thermostat is stuck in the open position. Basically when that happens, the motor can't ever get cold because it can't hold the water in to physically get cold. It's just dumping the water out instantly. So this is why this motor overheated. This thermostat took a chunk. Nonetheless though, we're replacing it with a new one. Here's the part number for it. We're going to be throwing in a new thermostat, but just so you guys can see, this is what a closed thermostat should look like, and then it should open up to what the other one looks like. Like I said, we're going to be disconnected. This is like a kit that you can install for freshwater hookup, so if you had salt water, you can run your motor on fresh water. But we're going to be taking that out and putting in a new bolt in. Okay, so we just got the loader unit back installed, so what we're going to do now is just check that everything shifts correctly. So right now I am in neutral, so I'm just going to shift it into forward. Then it should lock into forward, as such. And then you shift it back into neutral. Prop should spin freely. And then as you're spinning the prop, you should be able to shift it into reverse. But you have to be spinning the prop at the same time to shift it in reverse. You see I'm doing my foot. It shifts. And it locks into reverse. And then we just shift it back into neutral. And it shifts back to neutral. So what we're going to do now is just drain the gear lube and do a gear lube change on this outboard. So next thing we're going to do is just replace this inline fuel filter. And here's the filter and the part number for it as well.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll get Timbo to weld up the bottom.
You're gonna run it pretty much right after this. Yeah, baby.
Okay, so basically what we're going to do now is just fire up the engine and basically see what it does and see if we have any leaks. Okay, so I just reinstalled all the side cowlings, put the cowling back on, so we're just going to fire up the engine and see how it sounds now. I am running this engine on a 2-stroke premix. I gotta have any other tank to run it on, so that's why you see the smoke. So it's just 2-stroke oil. It doesn't hurt the engine, but it's just gonna smoke a little bit. But on this, you obviously hear the carburetor automatically adjusts the RPM, so it'll drop it then. Then it has that little enricher style on top of the carburetor. But the motor sounds great right now. We're just gonna keep running. It's pumping really good, and we'll just kind of see how it does. But it's pumping really good water, nice and cold. So we're just gonna see how it shifts, and then we'll shut it off and restart it, and then pretty much be the end of this video. So you hear it just drop down RPMs. This motor shifts really smoothly. So you clearly see she starts up really nice. But basically what we do now is just let it run for like 15 minutes or so. After that, we'll detail the motor and that'll be the end of the video. So we'll come back after like 15 minutes. Okay guys, so I just got finished detailing it and got it up here in the front. So it turned out pretty good. Just want to give you a quick little overview. Here's the serial number again, if you guys missed it. But I'm really happy with this motor. It turned out really well. Again, it says 99 stickers, but it's actually a 20 horse. It's just on a horsepower restricted lake. Just probably honestly just put new stickers on it. If you guys liked the video, please drop a like down below and comment and subscribe. I did all these videos, got all this footage on all these motors in this showroom, but just want to show you guys this motor, how it turned out really good. And again, I got it for 300 bucks. You can't really ask for a better deal than that. I'll see you guys in the next one.